Now let's look at this, a walk. So it is a list of vertices and edges such that, see this, we have to write a vertices and edges like this, v0, e1, v1, right, such that 1 is less than or equal to I is less than or equal to k. The edge ei has endpoints vi minus 1 and vi. So if you observe this particular edge e1 should have one end as v0 and other end as v1. So with example I'll explain you. So walk is nothing but you are going to start from one point and you are going to end at some other point, and on the way whatever vertices you are going to get, you are going to write them down, as well as whatever edges you get, you are going to write them down. For example, if you want to go from v1 to v3, what are all the vertices that you get on the way? See this, v1, and then what you get, edge 1, let us say this is e1, so name of this edge is e1, right? So v1, then e1, then v2, then e2, then v3. That is a walk. So you can even extend this walk to any number, like any longer. So what I mean by this is, we can start from here, v1, go to v2, go to v3, and go to v4, and go to v5, and come back to v3, and again go to v4, and again come back to v5, and you can keep doing that, right? So I'll just take one more example of explaining you what the walk is. So one more walk could be, I can start from v1 and then cover e1, and from there v2, and then cover e2, from there v3, and then cover e3, and then v4, and then cover e4, and then v5, and then cover e5. Are you getting this? See, from here I am coming like this and I am covering e5, and again I reached v3. See, this is the second time I am reaching v3. Not a problem, you can reach any number of times, right? Because it is just a walk. It is like as if you are walking along this path, right? So let's not use the word path, let's call it walk only. Now v3, and again from v3 I can go to v4 using e3, right? And I can stop there or I can still continue it. Got it? So this is one example of a walk. Now the next one is trial. So trial is a walk with no repeated edge. So if you observe this one, this particular walk, in this walk there is no repeated edge, right? Therefore this walk can also be a trial, right? But if you observe this walk, right, there is clearly a repeated edge, right? E3 is repeated 2 times, isn't it? Therefore this walk doesn't qualify to be a trial. So what is the main difference between trial and a walk? In a walk we can have repeated edges as well as repeated vertices, but in a trial we are not supposed to have any repeated edges. That is the main difference between walk and trial. So trial is also a walk with no repeated edge, right? Therefore this is both a walk and a trial, right? Now if you observe this is clearly a walk but not a trial, right? It is a walk but not trial, right? Okay, now one more thing is, they might sometimes use the word UV walk. So what is UV walk is, you have to have the starting vertex as U and the ending vertex as V. That is called as UV walk. Now if you observe this is V1 V4 walk, right? There can be many walks, so this is also V1 V4 walk. Got it? Now what about UV trial? UV trial is also having, it is a trial with starting vertex as U and ending vertex as V. Now if you observe this is V1 V3 trial. Got it? So when you come to a trial, there will be only one trial between two vertices, right? So as long as there are, if you have a distinct two paths without any repeated edges, then you can have two trials. But in this case, let us say if you want to go from V1 to V3, then there will be only one trial. If you want to go again from one more path, then you are supposed to repeat the edges. Got it? Okay. Oh, in this case we are not going to have exactly one trial here. We can have two trials. As long as you don't repeat the edges, you can have any number of trials. For example, if I want to find out V1 to V3 trial, this is one trial, and the other trial can be an extension to this, which means I can start from V1, right, and then E1, and then V2, and then E2, and then V3, and then E3. Now I can go to V4 and then E4, then I can go to V5 and then E5, and I can reach V3. Now again, if you see this trial is containing like this trial goes like this, right? Now this entire trial, no edge is repeated, therefore there can be more than one trial also, right? Okay, so there can be more than one walk between two vertices as well as more than one trial between two vertices. So what is a UV trial? So any walk which is starting from, UV walk, any walk which is starting from U and ending at V is called UV walk. And what is UV trial? Any trial which is starting at U and ending at V is called UV trial. Got it? Okay, fine.
Hi, if you are planning to do masters, then doing masters abroad is better than doing masters in India. I'll give you all the reasons. So first reason is, out of 1 lakh students who take GATE every year, there are only 500 seats in old IITs. So all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%, and IITs, universities better than IITs, they have very good acceptance rate like 30%, 40%, but all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%. And if you are working hard to get into IIT Bombay's ranking is 177 and IIT Roorkey's ranking is 400. If you are happy to get into IIT Roorkey, then getting into universities better than IIT Roorkey is easier compared to getting into IIT Roorkey. And looking at the salaries for computer science, for software jobs, if you have done your masters in computer science in US, the salaries are ranging from 80 lakhs per year to 1.2 crore per year. So even if you take an average of 1 crore per year, your savings will be much higher than the salaries in India. After taxes and your cost of living, you can easily save 40 to 50 lakhs per year. And in India, the maximum jobs that you get is around 30 lakhs. So your savings will be much greater than the salaries in India. And these are all the services that we provide. University shortlisting. So depending on your profile, we will shortlist what are the universities that you have to apply, and statement of purpose building, and then LOR guidance, and GRE and English test assistance, and education loan assistance. So you don't have to have any collateral, which means without any security, now you can get education loan. Getting education loan is very simple these days, and whatever the amount of fee that you have a range of universities. You can apply for 10 lakh universities, 20 lakh universities, or 50 lakh universities, but whatever it is, you are going to get complete education loan, and you can pay off your education loan in 1 year after you get a job. And then we do visa assistance, mock visa interviews, and then connecting with the university alumni. So now you might ask why we should join Game of Visas. So the answer is, we have 90% success rate, 99% success rate. And these are all the destinations that we guide the students to. So we guide students to any country that you want to go. So now it is not just USA. We guide to UK, Germany, Australia, Canada. So we guide students to all the countries. We work with all the destinations. And if you are interested in going abroad, you have to just drop us a message on this WhatsApp number 9494 555 454. Okay, thank you.